What is going on, guys? Just kind of here bringing you guys back another deck profile. So today we're doing one of my personal favorites, Heroes. I feel like I say a lot of decks are my personal favorites, but I just like a lot of the decks that Yu-Gi-Oh has to offer. So anyway, everyone knows Heroes is what Jaden used in GX and where they really got introduced. And then getting support for Mad Long, and we're getting more support in Power of the Elements, which I will be doing an update when it's officially released. And after I can do some playtesting, maybe some of the new cards or make the deck a little bit better. But yeah, this variation of the deck I definitely think is a little bit more rogue. Heroes in general are kind of rogue, I think. But yeah, I would definitely use this in more of a locals to maybe like one step higher. Maybe like a case tournament or something. I don't know. Deck's not bad. It can actually do really well if you know what you're doing with the deck. So yeah, let me know what you guys think down in the comments, and I'd love to hear changes. If you guys play the deck, if you find anything from your plays, let me know. Anyway, without further ado, let's get into this deck profile. Alright guys, starting off, we have 3 Vision Hero Vion. This guy is like the heart and soul of the deck. There's a couple cards in here that like are really important to the deck, but this is like the main like starter card. He's actually more important than Stratos in my opinion. So when you normal summon him, you can ditch a hero monster from your deck to the graveyard and then banish a hero monster and add polymerization to your hand. It doesn't have to be consecutively. It can be like as soon as he's summoned, send the monster, and then if you have other plays to have other hero monsters in your graveyard, you can then banish to get the polymerization. But yeah, there's a lot of combos with this guy that you can do, and yeah, I definitely think you should be running this guy at 3. I used to run him at 2, but changed my mind, obviously. 2 Stratos. I'm actually gonna bump this back up to 3. Because through playtesting, I actually kind of miss the 3rd one sometimes. If you don't know what he does, he either pops spells and traps, or he adds any hero monster from your hand to your deck, or from my hand to my deck, from my deck to my hand. So, yeah, I actually kind of miss the search a little bit and having the normal summon, so I think I'm going to bump Stratos back up to 3. 2 Mist Valleys. You never really normal summon this guy, so that's why you only run 2. You always either bring him out with a hero lives to special summon him, or some other way. You usually end up ditching him to get a mass change anyway. So yeah, normal summoning him doesn't come up too much. Special summoning him actually does come up a fair bit amount, but his graveyard effect is what comes up the most by far in my opinion. 1 Bubble Man. This is getting swapped out for Liquid Soldier whenever my Liquid Soldier decides he wants to show up. I just got tired of making the video, so Bubble Man is basically old school Liquid Soldier. So Adjusted Gold, just 1 copy because it's brick and it searches your Dark Calling. So you can normal summon Stratos and then add this guy to your hand and ditch it for Dark Calling. But yeah, I definitely recommend playing it. I know Alpha Trading Game cut the fusion monster for them, Bane, but I don't agree with that. I think it's too good to cut, so Adjusted Gold is definitely staying in. 1 Solid Soldier. You don't see this a whole lot, but I still think he's pretty good. So when you normal summon him, you can bring out another hero monster. So you can play him and then bring out another, like, I don't know, Vion, or you can bring out Stratos and get a search, and then you have 2 bodies on the field. So I actually really like this guy, and I think you should give it a try. Next up is the 3 Varus and the 1 Increase. So I really like this package. When this card was expensive, I was like, oh, that's so overhyped. Like, it's not worth it. It's not that good. I was totally wrong, obviously. So these guys are very good. So you have Varus in hand. So you can discard another card, special summon him, and then add send an increase to your spell and trap card zone from your deck. And then you can tribute a card to special summon himself. So what you normally do is you have like Stratos and then this guy in hand, or no, you just have Stratos. You play Stratos, add this guy, Ditch another card to bring him out. Increase destroys the Ferris, brings himself out, and then brings out a Vion, and then you can go into Vion plays. So I know a lot of people say you should play 2 increase because if you end up with him in hand, your Varus plays are kind of dead. But that's not totally the case. There were a couple duels where I ended up with both these guys in hand, and I still won the duel. I was still able to make it work a little bit. So it's not as bad as people make it out to be. In my opinion, running 1 is worth like the risk, I guess, if you can even call it that. Because if you run 2, you're just gonna clog your hand up. And I think heroes should be as consistent as possible to try and play around hand traps and stuff like that. So, yeah, and Kazuki Takahashi forbid you end up with both increases in your hand. What are you going to do then, huh? But, yeah, I think 1 is optimal. If you don't like it and you don't think you can play around having it in your hand, I guess run 2. But, in my opinion, it should be ran at 1. Triple malicious, basically. Nah, but for real, 2 malicious and the 1, Denier, or however you say it. Essentially, he just recycles Bane, and we all know what Bane does. Banishes himself to bring out another copy of himself, and then you can go into Fusion or Link plays a lot. Use this guy with Crossout a lot, or whatever the Link monster is. So, yeah, this is probably the most common and obviously the best ratio for these guys, because you don't want to play more than him because he's once per duel, and this guy you can't run more than 2 of. So yeah, it just ends up being 3 malicious. 1 Dark Angel. This was from Alpha Trading Cards, the idea for it. So my only thing with this is it clogs a lot, and it can come up, but I don't know. I just feel like it's a little bit bricky. When you can get it off, it's really, really powerful, and it really kind of wins the games. But I don't know. I'm still playtesting with it. Really back and forth. I've taken it out, missed it, put it back in, bricked with it, got mad, taken it back out, missed it, put it back in. So for right now, I think I'm gonna leave it. But if it continues to be a brick problem and like changing, like being a game decision, I might take it out. But for right now, he's not too bad. 1 plasma because it's plasma. We all know what plasma does. But yeah, I definitely recommend running him at least 1. 1 honest Neos and 1 regular hero Neos. You'll see why I run this in a second. So honest Neos is honest Neos. We know what he does. He's Neos, he's honest, but for only heroes with 2,500 attack. And then you'll see why I have this guy. He is like the dual terminal type of ordeal. It's my favorite rarity, so I really want to get this super rare Dark Magician Girl dual terminal. But yeah, moving on. 3 Space Connector and an Alt-T Aqua Dolphin. So I mostly run this just so I can be like, hey, look at my Aqua Dolphin. But no, this is actually a pretty interesting like setup, and it's really not all that bricky. So the concept is you can play you can normal summon the Neo Space Connector, and then you can either bring out Dolphin and then rip a card from their hand, or the reason that I was playing Neos is you can bring out Neos, and then you can go into I can't remember the Light Fusion's name off the top of my head, but you'll see in a couple minutes. But yeah, and then you can fusion off into that, or you can link off, or even Space Connector and Aqua Dolphin. So they're both warriors, so you can still link off with them into X Cross or whatever the link monster is. So it's not like the most potent thing in the world. And I'd probably cut it for hand traps if I were to actually take it to like something that mattered other than like locals or maybe regionals. I think I would probably cut these for hand traps and other stuff, but this is just a fun little tech that I put in here. I think you should give it a try maybe. You might like it. If you hate it, take it out, put hand traps in. I don't know. That was it for monsters. Spell cards. Obviously, we got triple hero lives. So thankful we got this. You don't care about paying half your life points. Half the time you have this, you're gonna play this, and then you're gonna bring out Shadow Mist, and then you're gonna play a Mass Change, and then bring out Dark Law, and then go into plays from there. Um, since this came back to 3, your Dark Law and your Shadow Mist plays have become way more reliable and way more live all the time. And you have 3, so even after like you do your Shadow Mist plays, you can still use this if your board gets broken to bring out like a Stratos or a Vion or something like that. Um, but yeah, you definitely want to see this in your opening hand, so you want to max it out 3, and it's another reason I try to keep this deck as close to 40 as possible. I think it's like um 42 or something like that, 41 maybe. So like I said, you could cut the Neo space connectors, and then so you can cut 1 or 2 of that package, and then just throw in 3 hand traps, like 3 Ash or something. And you'll be at 40, and you'll be like as consistent as possible. I just really like this setup. 3 Mass Change. This is like the heart and soul of not really the deck, but like a lot of your plays. But let's put that guy there. So yeah, you'll mostly use this to go off of your leftover hero monsters on the board. Like if you have Stratos on the board, or if you have like a Dark Law. Obviously you're gonna use it for the Shadow Mist to bring out the Dark Law. And then or like Bubble Man slash Liquid Hero into Acid, stuff like that. So yeah, you wanna, if you have this in your opening hand, it's also really dope. I've had it to where I had this and Shadow Mist in my hand. So I tried to use a Hero Live to bring out Shadow Mist, and they ashed it, which I thought was really funny. And then I just brought out the Shadow Mist and then played the Mass Change anyway. So, and then I won. So, 2 Poly. This is to add off of Ion. I've actually thought about bumping this up to 3 because it's a fusion deck. And obviously you want to be able to fusion as much as possible. So, seeing a polymerization isn't all that bad, but it's searchable. So like there's that, and then you have the 3 Vions, so it's like you have 5 copies of this card. But you can't actually physically play you know, 3 copies of this. If you play 2, you're kind of like stuck then. I think heroes need like a reusable fusion card possibly, or a field spell or continuous spell that would let them go into an extra fusion monster, kind of like the Despia one. I think that would be really cool. Brandon Despia can have it. Why can't heroes? So yeah, 2 polys, 2 fusion destinies, because it's limited down to 2. So play this and then go into DPE. That's all there is to it. That's the only card you use this for. 2 Miracle Fusion. I see people run this at 1, but the second one comes in the grind game all the time. And then you can search this off of Sunrise, and then you have another one in your hand. It's the same concept as Increase being at 2, but for a spell card. So I actually prefer to have this at 2 over Increase as well. So if this ends up in your hand, then your Elemental Hero Miracle or Mirage, whatever it is, his plays aren't dead. So the one that adds is, or Sunrise, my bad. I don't know. What am I thinking? Elemental Hero Sunrise. He's the one that adds Miracle Fusion to your hand. I had a total brain fart. I don't know what I was thinking. But yeah, he adds this to your hand. And then, but if you have this in your hand, his search effect is dead. So it's nice to kind of have the backup one, and it does come up to bring out more fusions. Super Poly, because Super Poly. 1 Dark Calling. You search this off of the Adjusted Gold, like I talked about earlier. And then you also use this to go into Malicious Bane. So Malicious Bane is like the most broken card in this deck. So 1 Reinforcements of the Army. The whole deck is Warriors, so of course you're going to play this. It searches literally any card that you want. Emergency Call. This might get cut for a hand trap or something else, because it's not like super like necessary. Like you actually don't play that many elemental heroes. You just play straight up heroes. So like the way that the heroes search themselves is actually like great on its own. This is just as an extra extender in here. Oh, I do run traps. I run one Rivalry of Warlords, but I want to run multiples. I can't find. I have at least one more copy, but I think I'd like to run this at 3, because you run all warriors, and then I know a lot of like meta decks right now run like the same type of monster as well, but sorry, my cat fell asleep on the window and fell off. He does it kind of a lot, but he catches himself. But so if you heard that, that was my cat falling asleep and falling off the window and catching himself. Anyway, yeah, this kind of locks you and your opponent into like one type of monster. But yeah, it helps a lot more than you would think it does. Especially with like rogue stuff and stuff like that. So yeah, I think this is a great card, and definitely you should give it a try. And like I said, I want to bump it up to 2, if not 3, and try it out like that. For the extra deck, Extra Hero, Cross Crusader, that's the name I couldn't think of. Wonder Driver, Cross Crusader, he brings out a Destiny Hero and then destroys it and searches it for you. Wonder Driver recycles your fusion spell cards. This is like the one way you can recycle like Poly and stuff, but he doesn't really come up all that much. So he might end up getting cut. Like if we have Predaplant still, he'd probably get cut for Plant. But for now, he works out pretty well. When he does come up, it's useful. Extra Hero, what is that? Dread Designator gains 500 attack for all the monsters in the graveyard. And any hero monster he's pointing to also gains that effect. So that's pretty dope. 1 Acid. This is to go into off of Bubble Man / Liquid Soldier. You just mass change and go into that. 1 Destiny Hero, Dispia. I don't know why he's out separate. Anyway, Masked Hero, Dark Law. 2 of those guys. 1 Bane. Again, Alpha Trading Card Games. Cut him. He said he was overhyped and stuff. He's worth it. He's worth the hype. This card is just like so busted, and it's actually affordable now. So yeah, you should play this. 1 Absolute Zero, you can play this, and then like if you go second, you can go into him with you can actually use Aqua Dolphin to go into him too. So that's a funny little thing. But you go into him, and then you can either fusion summon into like Trinity, Elemental Hero, Vision Hero Trinity, or like whatever else you can use, or if you have it, you can mass change him into Acid and then nuke your opponent's field. That's pretty funny. 1 Sunrise, this is the guy I was talking about that searches out your Miracle Fusion, and yeah, just great card. I think you should run him. 1 Great Tornado, this should be the Wind Masked Hero, because he came up every now and then, but when you have Stratos stuck on the field and you don't have anything else to go into, but you have a mass change, it helps out a lot. But I feel like as much as he comes up, so does the Masked Hero, the Wind Masked Hero. So it's really up to you. If you think this doesn't come up enough, then run the Masked Hero version, and vice versa. If you feel like the Masked Hero version comes up like suboptimally compared to this, then run this. So 1 Escurial, I don't know. Gain stuff for banishing. 1 does banishing and 1 is graveyard. So yeah, you have a lot of dark heroes. So hi buddy. Sorry, he wants the window open, but it's mad hot outside, so I'm not gonna let my AC go outside. But yeah, his name is Sasuke. Anyway, yeah, so you just go into this off of your dark heroes, and then you can go into place from there. You can also mass change him if you really have to, but you like never really comes up. It's just an option. This Shining, this guy's really cool. He's the one that gains attack for banishing, and I just think he's really cool. So then you can, when you do your Elemental Hero Neos plays, like you play Space Connector and then bring out the Neos, and then you can go into this. It's really cool. It's pretty fun. I think you should give it a try. One Trinity, he doubles his attack and he can attack 3 times, but he can't attack directly. That'd be pretty sick if you could. And for the last card, one DPE. Don't mind that it's OCG. This guy is $6, and the TCG one is like 50 or 60 still. So, yeah, that was my Elemental Hero deck profile. I would consider this fairly competitive. Like I said, there's a couple things you could switch out: hand traps, the Rivalry of Warlords. My bad. Anyway, so yeah, without further ado, you guys saw all this. Here's my outro. Alright guys, so that was my Heroes deck profile. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, let me know what you want to see next in the comments, and let me know what you guys think. Yeah, I really like Heroes. This deck is very fun, fairly consistent, and yeah, it just feels really cool to be able to play like anime themed decks through like actual tournaments and stuff like Heroes, Synchron, Dragon Link, Dark Magician even to an extent, Blue Eyes kind of on Master Duel, and that one guy at locals who plays Blue Eyes. Anyway, yeah, see you guys next time, and don't forget to like and subscribe.